Hello, hello, my friends. It's Dion at The Blushing Mint. Thank you so much for joining me today. I just want to say a huge thank you to all of my longer-term subscribers. Thank you for continuing to just join me on each video and for all of your great comments and just for your support in general. And a huge shout out as well to all of the new subscribers. My channel is continuing to grow, and it's because of those of you who are sharing, and I just can't thank you enough. Welcome to the new subscribers. I hope that you find some content here that encourages you to stay a while, and I just can't thank you guys enough. I apologize if you hear what sounds like somebody trying to break down my door. I brought my sweet grand dog home with me, as you all know in the one video where my daughter called and said, I need you to take my dog. Well, I brought him home for a visit because she is busy this weekend. And so I brought him home, and oh my Lord, he thinks he's dying outside. He's literally trying to claw his way through the door. So I'm going to just open it up and let him in, and Lord knows what's going to happen. So bear with me, friends. Hang on. Do you think you're dying? I haven't forgot you. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's okay. Lord, I am telling you. What? It's all right, buddy. So, anywho, we are working through the pages of our idea journal. That is where we are going today. And, man, it's been a few days since I have been home and since I looked at it, and you know, I'm real with you when I'm crafting, mistakes and all and everything. And I came home and I came out here. Mind you, it's like almost 5 o'clock at night on, I don't know, like Thursday. I think it's Thursday night. Anywho. And I just got home about, an hour ago. And I was like, so as I was sitting here looking at it, and I was looking at my papers, and I was thinking about what I really want this journal to be, I was like, well, do I want to continue to mat the pages and line the pockets, or do I want to kind of just be like, okay, so this is an idea of how you could do it, and then we'll just go page by page, project by project. And so literally for 30 plus minutes, I sat out here trying to contemplate exactly how I want to continue through this process with you guys, because I know that matting pages and watching my glue dry is probably not a very fun kind of project. And let's face it, it's an idea journal. It's about the ideas. But on the flip side of that, my friends, I then turned around and I was like, no, because if this turns out to be nothing other than a beginner journal maker's tutorial, then I have still succeeded in the purpose of an idea journal from that perspective in my mind. So because after we get through decorating these pages, quite frankly, you have a, for the most part, completed journal. So it will literally be a completed usable journal by the time that we are done. All we're going to do on top of that is add more stuff. So with that being said, I talked myself off of the ledge of completely changing my mind, and I'm like, no, I'm going to move forward, and we are going to mat the pages together. We are going to line the pockets together. And so, you know, if that's not something that you want to continue to watch or whatever, I get it. Please come back. I hope you'll come back when I start doing the more of the stuff, the idea parts of the journal. But I also understand if, you know, you want to like pause for a minute until I get the pages lined. I get that too. But I decided for myself and for many of you, we are going to continue and we are going to do what we're doing, and we're going to go page by page, decorating or, you know, matting the pages and lining the pockets. So with that being said, that was a lot of long-winded stuff. Oh my gosh, guys, this is just my brain. You just got to forgive me. And I'm like, does this paper go one way or another? And I think it goes both. So anyway, you just got to forgive me. Sometimes my brain is just full, and I do craft just like that. I literally change my mind midstream, and sometimes I regret it. And sometimes it works out, but I'm like, nope, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to stick with the plan that I had in the first place. Okay. So I have, I know that the next 2 pages that I'm working on, because I've done some in the front, right? We've done some in the front. Now I'm coming and I'm starting to do the same in the back. And I just, like I said before, I don't know why I do front, back, front, back. There's no real rhyme or reason to what I do with that. It's just me being me. So, anywho, I chose a couple papers, and of course, I'm going to ink, and I am just going to do a few more pages here. And so that is my goal. Also, I got to find my phone because I was talking to my daughter. We were having, obviously we were having dinner. Yeah, it was the first night when I went to my daughter's, whatever day that was. And I took her out to dinner that evening, and I was telling her about needing thinking of doing like a question of the day. So then she and I were sitting at dinner, and I have to find my little notes here. And so we were talking about questions of the day that I could ask on the channel, because I'm like, you know, I just sit here and talk, and that's like boring as all get out. And so I need something to talk about. So maybe I'll ask a question of the day. Who knows for how long I will, continue to do that, because quite frankly, I'll probably forget 90% of the time. But on the days that I don't, I mean, woohoo, I do have, we did come up with a few ideas for questions of the day that you guys can comment on. So, so I'll be looking at some of that, because, you know, it is very boring to literally watch me glue and whatnot. And quite frankly, I don't have a whole lot of amazing things to talk about, because, well, I'm just not in a super amazing place where I have lots of things to talk about. So I just am going to craft, my friends. That's what we're going to do. This is a crafting channel. This is a crafting tutorial. So I am going to craft, and I appreciate you just hanging out and crafting along with me. So I had a couple people ask questions. They weren't questioning. They asked me some questions about the matte medium versus like glue stick or other glue choices. And I did comment on one of them that was in the comments on YouTube. I did comment on them that after I was using the matte medium for a bit, I came to the determination that it wasn't my favorite for this application, and I apologize that at the time I didn't think to come back and tell you guys that. I just automatically rotated into using my glue stick. So I do want you to know that while the matte medium adhesive does work fine, I found it to be a bit cumbersome, so to speak, and I felt like it unnecessarily made more of a mess, because when I had to do the swoosh of putting the pages together and whatnot, it kind of swooshed out of the sides and stuff like that. And so I just felt like maybe unnecessarily it isn't necessarily worth the hassle, nor is it worth the expense. If it's something that you don't have, don't go buy it, because quite frankly, the glue stick, and on the occasion when you need it, art glitter glue or your other fine tipped adhesive glue for the edges is more than adequate. So please don't think that was the only option available to you. Matte medium is not necessary, and again, I apologize that I didn't make that statement up front when I made the choice to change that on my own journal. So honestly, I think that you're better off to just stick with glue sticks and your art glitter glue or your other glue adhesives. I think that's perfectly fine. Matte medium is not necessary. So, okay, got that out of the way. So then, all right, now we're at a pocket page. So, I went from the neutrals to some darkers, probably going to come back to neutrals maybe, like here, and inside my pocket, I could maybe, actually, this inside my pocket, this outside my pocket. Yes, okay, got it. All right, so I honestly, because it has been days since I recorded last, I honestly can't remember anything that I talked about or suggestions that I've made. So honestly, friends, please forgive my brain that, and I don't take notes because that would just be way too much pressure. So I don't know what I've talked to you about. So for ideas, as far as like lining the pages and what my process is, I'm just rambling. I don't even know, friends. I just don't know. Okay. Just let that thought just roll right out here. 7 3/8. Okay. All right, so let's do this page here first. Okay. One thing I am considering, I do have all of these pages. Blakely, what are you getting into there, buddy? What are you finding? You like the distress sprays? You think those look interesting? My grand dog's name is Blakely James. I have Cooper Reed, And my daughter has Blakely James, who is the dog, and Sophia Leanne, who is the cat. And yeah, so Blakely is just really checking out the shed here. He's finding all sorts of great fun things he's thinking he wants to maybe do a little exploring with. And Tim Holtz distress sprays are like his first choice. I mean, he has good taste. Let's face it. Those of us who have them. Good taste, my friend. Good taste. But, okay, so back to my thought, you guys. I am so sorry. I should probably not be filming because my brain is a little overloaded, but I needed some craft therapy, and this is the project that I'm working on, and if I am doing things, I feel it's very unfair to those of you who are working with me if I'm out here crafting without you. So I'm bringing you along discombobulation and everything. Thanks for being here with me. All right. So I did get to thinking about maybe just doing a few plain pages with like just maybe my lace dyed, coffee dyed pages, and or you know, just some pretty neutral plain coffee tea dyed pages because well, I may want to decoupage or something straight onto the page. I'm not sure. So I am actually home. Guys, I think I am home for 5 days. I think I'm home for 5 straight days. Do you know how much crafting I could get done in 5 straight days if left to my own devices? A lot. So, which means that I can have content available for you guys. And to me, that is huge. So anyway, I'm going to think of some of the projects that we're going to do, and then I'm going to decide if I want to add in some of those lace-dyed pages or not, or maybe, I just don't know, friends. You got to stick with me because I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. So you guys have to stick with me just to see what kind of manic, messy, crazy material I come up with. Nobody knows. Nobody really knows. Okay, so I have to measure the depth of my pocket here. 2 and, yep, see, somebody's walking by. 2 and 2 1/4, I think. Sorry, I had to get that straight up to my face because I don't know. I just couldn't see it from a distance. I don't know, you guys. I just don't know. 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Okay. This is, did I do that right? Doesn't seem right. It's right. It's enough. It's good enough. No, that's not right. I can use it elsewhere. It's okay. Let me try this again. Jeez Louise. How about 2 1/2? Let's try 2 1/2. Okay, let's try again. Try again, friends. It's all good. Don't worry. We'll use it. It's fine. Everything is fine, fine, fine. Okay. Now, I definitely want to get out my little, oh, let me cut this down. Hold on. I gotta focus, friends. I am so sorry. Okay. I need to focus. I'm recording and I need to focus because I'm going to do it from this end, 7 3/8. Okay. And then I'm going to ink this and set this aside because I definitely want to gesso this pocket page, because this is a, it feels kind of heavy to me, with the pocket here, and so I just want to add that gesso and give this pocket a little extra body, and that is what that is really what gesso does. It adds extra strength and body to our pages. So I want to do that. That means I need to get a few things out of my elbow, because if you guys have been watching me, you know that I will wear the gesso in places that it should not be. Okay, so I've got my gesso. I have my little brush that is all stiff and everything else, but I'm going to use my little roller here. Some of these pages. If you invest in something, honestly, I think gesso is a great investment. Unless you're like super crafty and have time and want to make gesso yourself. I do think gesso is something that you certainly will use throughout your journal and ephemera making process. And so I do think that gesso is a good investment. Gesso is fairly cheap, you guys. It's not like you're going to go out and spend a lot of dollars. I don't even know. Unfortunately, they never put price tags on anything anymore. But I think gesso is, I mean, you can get gesso for under $5 or $7, I think, at your Hobby Lobby and Michael's stores, probably on Amazon. I really am not sure. Because I just have bought it at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and I've had it for a long time, but there's no price tags on my gesso bottles. But I do think that's a great investment, whereas if you cannot or you know, are on a budget, like I said before, don't go out and invest in the matte medium. However, if you have invested in it or you have it, I am gonna, I use my decoupage glue, my 2-part glue, 1-part water for my decoupaging, but I am also going to use the matte medium when I do some decoupaging, just to try it. So that's going to be another way that if you did go out and buy it, that I make sure that we utilize the products that we do have on hand. And it is something that I do have on hand, so I will utilize it, and hopefully that will help those of you who have purchased it, because I was originally using it in my first video and decided against it down the road. But I don't want anything to go to waste, and especially not because it was on my recommendation. So, anywho. All right, and so then let me dry this real quick here, so then we can line our pages. Okay, doesn't take a lot. Fold my paper over so I don't wear it more than I have to. All right, and then inside the pocket, so let's see. I think that's real busy. I'm not feeling that. So I'm going to come to some of my little scraps here, and I think I like this because this has this here. It's okay here. It's got the tan. Or I actually like this here. Okay, I'm going to cut this at our depth 7 3/8. Okay, and I'm going to use this piece here, even though it's longer than I need. I'm going to cut it down in a minute. All right. Then I need my little ruler. Figure out kind of what my matted length needs to look like. So I'm going to start with 6 1/2. And I want to take it six and a half. I am going to take a bit off here, and then I'm going to come over here and go 6 1/2. I want to kind of keep as much of that dress form as I can. I like it. Okay. And let's see if that is enough. Okay. So then I'm going to ink this. All right, we're going to start with our glue stick. Okay, and the glue stick I use, you guys, is the Yoo-hoo or Oohoo. I have no idea how they pronounce it. I buy them in bulk. I think I get them in like a 12 or 20 pack or something like that on Amazon, and I do like it. So that is the glue I use, but I also do have Elmer's glue, and while I was in Billings and I had to go to Walmart, I ducked into the school supply section, and glue sticks were on sale for 2 jumbo glue sticks for $1. So I did buy some Elmer's craft glue sticks, 2 for $1 at Walmart, and so I use those as well, and now is the perfect time to stock up on some of those basic items. And then I let my paper dry, so I just am going to use, oh gosh, so sorry, don't know what that was, but oh, I think my neighbor's here. Yep, with all the dogs. Oh, good Lord, I'm gonna have to pause and come back to you guys. Sorry. Okay, my friends, sorry about that. Not that you noticed that I was gone, but I was gone for a while. So, anywho, just going to mat this one here. Oh, then we about had a catastrophe with, you know, the lady who chooses to walk her dog down our road and unleashed, and he always comes over and torments the dogs. Well, my friend was leaving, and the dog was on the deck, on our deck, the unleashed dog, and needless to say, the dogs, it could have been very ugly, and said stupid woman who walks her dog unleashed looks at us like we're the problem. Oh, really? Oh my, let me tell you another story, lady. So, anywho, that all happened while you guys were just on pause. That all happened. It's all good. Okay, next page. Next page. Man, I'll tell you, it is frustrating. Let's see. So we did light, kind of darks, neutrals. We don't have any blues in here. Let's do a little of our mint back in here. I do think that's a good idea. Okay. So let's cut a couple here. Have to keep looking up to find my measurements because my brain can't remember. Okay. And then this is going to be a side pocket, but I'm still going to cut my page basically the same width and height. Because it's pretty much a full pocket. And then we will use a cut-off piece here for our liner. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I might just use the pink. We shall see what it all looks like. Okay, start here. And ink. So yes, guys, in real time, I don't get a lot of pages done in an hour. One, because I'm talking, and two, because I am a slow crafter. So I'm kind of like a beginning crafter, just like everybody else. It's great. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so let's see. Okay, question of the day today, friends. So while I was gone, my nephew started school, and so I took him to school on his first day of freshman year. He is a freshman this year. And so I took him to school for his first day of freshman year. And we got lost and went to the wrong place a couple times. And, I mean, it's all good. It's, I was just following all the other moms and drop-off people who were just as lost or more lost than I am. So with that being said, and school being back in the full swing of things pretty much everywhere around the country now, to me, it feels like school kind of brings out the transition into the fall seasons. And I love the fall season. And so, with that being said, which of the 4 seasons is your favorite and why? So that is something that you can comment below on. And tell me which of the 4 seasons is your favorite and why. So I love spring and I love fall. First of all, I live in Montana, and we used to see all the seasons, but anymore we're lucky we get like winter and summer. That's like the only 2 seasons. They usually just spring and fall just skip right by for the most part. And so, but I love the colors of fall, and it just, sweater weather. That's, fall is like sweater weather and just all the good things of fall, the apple cider and just, I don't know. I love fall. And then spring is like, you're coming out of winter and it's been like dark and depressing, and the days are short, and it just, I don't know, winter can just be very depressing. And in Montana, we don't get, we're not like Alaska where we don't have sun, but I mean, our days can be pretty dull and cold. And so when it comes to springtime, spring, just all the flowers, there's like color, and the days start getting longer. And so it's like, I don't know, spring is like hope. There was this saying that's like, hope springs eternal or something, I don't know, or spring brings hope eternal, I don't know, some random saying like that, but I just think springtime is just one of those things where it's like, it's hopeful. It just makes me hopeful. And so those are my 2 favorites. And this year I am super excited because at the end of September through the first week of October, we are going to the New England states, and we are going to see the colors. So hopefully the colors are beautiful that first week of October in the New England states. We're going to do covered bridges and apple picking and maple syrup tours and all of those kinds of things. And so I am super excited to do that in the fall season, which is my favorite. So, anywho, so comment below and tell me what part of the year of the seasons is your favorite. All right, so this is going to be our pocket. Okay. And so, like I did the last time, in order to kind of judge where because I can save this and make a corner out of it. So I put my 2 marks on the edge of where my pocket is, and then I line those spots up on my cutting board. Maybe it's easier said than done for somebody like me on a day like today. And then I'm going to save that one. And then this becomes our mat for this pocket, so I can ink that up and put that on. Like so. Fold over the gesso, Dion. Fold over the gesso. Nobody needs to wear that stuff. And again, because I have used gesso on this page along with the glue stick along the edges for sure, I'm going to run a spot of art glitter glue because I just want to make sure that it adheres as well as it should. So I use both if I put the gesso on the page. Okay. Like that. All right, so now exactly what do I want to put in here? I don't know that that's my favorite. I really don't. This has some lines. I don't hate that. So I think I'm going to use that because there's lines here and this kind of mimics that. So I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to cut this in half across the diagonal. And then that can be one for another project, just like we did the last time. So I'm going to ink this. And I'm going to save myself the headache of the glue stick, I think, on this, because I remember the last one, it was a bit of a struggle. And I'm just going to go straight to the glitter glue. Okay. And open our pocket up. Okay, so, whoops. Got an errant corner here, better put some glue there. All right, so we've done 2, 4, 6 pages. So that's like my, that's like my thing, 6 pages in an hour. I don't know. So what we're going to do homework though, I'm going to pause And I am going to go and I am going to decorate the next two up front. So I'm going to do these two and these two up front. And then maybe I'll just do these three, okay? So I'll just do 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do this one together at the start of the next video. So I'm going to do these. I'm going to pause, do these, and then I'll come back and show those to you. And so don't go anywhere. Okay, friends, so I got the pocket, the side pocket, the top load pocket, and then the back side of the top load pocket done. And so I got those three done off camera. We did these on camera today. So nine pockets, so 10 pocket average is what I'd like. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 32. So I have 32 basically pages left to cover is what I have. So my goal is going to be that the next video I get 12 of these done, and the following video I get the rest of these done. So 2 more videos to finish all the pockets. So I'm going to do some homework for my own self to make this go by a little bit faster. And so what I'm going to do is off camera and not while I'm filming or anything like that, I'm going to take the rest of my pages here. This was a dog incident. Dropped it on the floor. Dog's got it. That's okay. I'm going to take the rest of my pages here, and I am going to cut them down to my book page size, which is, for me, 4 7/8 by 7 3/8. So I am going to have all of my pages cut down to that measurement. That is what I'm going to do off camera. So then when I am ready to mat these pages and these pockets, I can just choose papers and I don't have to cut and whatnot. That's going to help me out a lot. So I encourage you to possibly do the same thing if you are crafting along with me on this project so that we can get a little bit more done in our time together. And this is really for my own perspective, because you can work however fast you need to work. But I am going to get my pages cut down to size. Then when I get on and do the next video tomorrow, it will go a little bit faster. I can get some more of these done. So friends, we can finish this if this is going to be your finished journal just as an altered book. But we can also get started on the ideas for this, for inside the pages of our journal. So I am excited to keep moving through this. Again, I thank you so very much for being here and hanging out with me on this series and in my channel in general. Don't forget the question of the day: which of the 4 seasons is your favorite and why? To share in the comments for me. And guys, I'll see you in the next video. I'll hopefully have my head wrapped around a little bit better, make better use of my time, and I just can't wait to see you then, friends. Until then, please be well. Make sure you're finding time to craft, and I'll chat with you in the next video. Bye-bye.